Tessa.
Hi, Chatty.
Hi, Tessa. How was your time off? Time away?
It was great. Yep, it's great.
Was it great?
Yep. Yep, everything's taken care of. I did everything I needed to.
I guess I should update you on some things. Where you at?
I'm at the fudge house.
You're at the fudge house. Are there any clowns there right now?
I could go somewhere else. No. Damien said he was gonna be selling, but I don't see him anywhere.
Damien?
Yeah? Damien Tinkerman?
He's selling weed for the clowns?
Well, that's what I assumed.
Really? Oh.
He invited me to come do it, and I said I need time to figure out where I am.
Okay, well... You know that doctor that did Cups' surgery?
Yeah.
So...
The one with the brown hair?
Yeah. She's been kind of... helping with everything. Like, she's really involved. She wants me to get when Cups wakes up, to get I guess to bring get Cups to give her a blood sample for something. I can't really remember exactly what our conversation was like, but there's some big reason why we have to get it. But
okay.
While you were gone, she called, like, she wanted to talk to me, like Cups. Like, she came over to the funhouse and stuff, and she was acting the same way as she was acting the day we brought her to the hospital. She was kind of arguing with herself again.
Like, she was hearing things?
I don't know if she was if it's her hearing things, but it's like she's arguing with herself. Like, you know how, like, you know how in the, like, before she went for the surgery, you saw how she was acting, right?
Yeah, she was... Well, you said she was, kind of talking to herself and stuff.
Yeah, she's doing it again. So, like, she was telling me,
so
like...
maybe the brain bleed wasn't the reason?
I guess not. Because they fixed that, right?
Well, I mean, that kind of thing is... It's complicated.
Well, so, like, she gave me our engagement ring back and stuff. And she's like, I don't want to have this until, like, she fully feels like herself again. Which I'm like 100% I agree with that, you know?
Yeah.
But,
I'm sorry all the same.
Yeah.
You doing okay?
Well, yeah, like, I mean, I feel a bit better because I got to spend the day with her and, like, we had fun. But, like, there was,
That's
like...
good.
But there's, like, different points, like, the day was so up and down, right? Like, I went to the bank with her. And I'm like, I'm just gonna run in there and use the ATM. I'll be right back. So as I go in the door, she just gets out and runs, saying she's leaving. Trying to get on a plane to leave, get on a train, whatever. And then, like, after, like, arguing with her a little bit and talking to her, she's like, what are you talking about? I'm not going anywhere. What are you talking about, Chatty? Call me Cups. It's weird.
Is that why you locked her in a room?
Well, yeah, so she can't really, you know, take off, right? Because, well, here's the thing.
Okay.
Like, it sounds bad, right? It sounds bad, but she...
Sounds really bad,
She
Chatty.
told me to not let her leave.
That's what she wanted?
That's what she said. That's what she told me. She asked me to do that, right? But then like 15 minutes later, she kind of like falls apart a little bit and says, I'm out of here, I'm leaving. And then after another 10 minutes of her doing something funny or fun, she's back to like being happy and saying, no, I don't want to go anywhere. It's, I don't know. So she's staying at Kitty's house, and Kitty locked her in a room until she's ready to come out. But she hasn't asked to come out yet.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know. That's what's happening right now. She's been drinking and stuff too.
Oh no.
Yeah, but like when she's drinking, she's in a great mood and stuff. But it's still not like, you know. But I don't know. I don't know. It's very confusing. It's hard to know what to say when I don't know. Like, I know which side of her I'm talking to, but it's hard to communicate with her like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the right move or the wrong move or the right thing to say or the wrong thing to say is. You know, it's so up and down.
That sounds really difficult. But, I mean, I'm sure, you know, you just being you is gonna be enough. And there's not really a right or wrong thing to say, you know. You should say how you feel and at the moment, and it sounds to me like she's still going through it and healing. And you know, we've all been giving her time and trying to help her out with that. And it sounds like it's not just the clowns and you and me or anything. It sounds like it's all her friends. If Kitty's getting involved and stuff, you know?
Yeah, it seems like she's
Probably the
very
best thing
comfortable with
for her.
Kitty. I mean, I think, some of the clowns are stressing her out a little bit, kind of like trying to force her to remember stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I told her not to let other people, you know, overwhelm her with too much because we were bringing stuff up, but if it's too much, it might be a little hard to cope with.
Yeah. I kind of figured out,
So,
like, if we're just doing stuff, I'm just like, you know, acting the way I normally acted around her, you know, just goof around and whatever. The day's a lot better, right?
yeah.
But once things slow down a bit, she starts to deteriorate again. And go back to like feeling empty. But like when we're doing stuff, she'll remember me, and then she's in a good mood, and she wants to do some crazy things, right? But like with other people, like, you know, Max,
Mm-hmm.
she don't remember him at all.
No.
And they're really close, right? But there's nothing. So I don't know why. I thought it was, you know, alcohol was kind of helping her, but I don't know if she was drinking with them, but still nothing clicked. Like it wasn't. So it can't be the booze.
Maybe it's the experience.
You think?
I don't know. I mean, has Max tried, you know, just hanging out with her and doing stuff, not focusing on trying to make her remember?
That's a
Because you
good
said when you
question.
guys were just hanging out, she was doing better, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she needs. Maybe she just needs people to act like things are normal and do stuff. In my experience with things like amnesia and all that, yeah, bringing people to spots that are relevant, that can help for sure. But sometimes it's just time. Sometimes you just gotta give them time and go
Time
about
is
your lives. And
time is scary though,
how come?
because she might leave. Because it's kind of like
Well,
that's what she did before. Like she has abandonment issue kind of thing, right? And then when she feels like the way she feels like when she's feeling low, the easy thing for her is just to dip. And she keeps talking about it. So like I wanna give her time and some space, but I'm also scared to give her time and space. I'm scared she's gonna take off.
well, I'm not saying time and space necessarily. I'm just saying do what you've been doing. Hang out with her, do fun stuff, make new memories. Give her a reason not to leave.
Yeah. Kind of why we locked her in a room.
Yeah.
Because if
Well,
I'm
I mean, it sounds
sleeping,
like that's what she wanted.
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, a part of her wants it, but the other part don't, you know? So it's kind of like, well, which part do I listen to? Because at the end of the day, it's still her, no matter what version of her is talking to me, you know? It's still her. She's talking about, this is yucked up, Tessa, this is yucked up. Okay, this part's really yucked up. She was like, oh no, don't listen to her, she's yucking crazy. And this is like the happy version of her talking to me about the sad version of her, right? And then she said, I'm gonna kill her. That's yucked up.
Oh,
That's yucked
okay.
up.
Well,
that
that's,
can't be good.
yeah.
The yuck am I supposed to say to that? You know what I mean? I'm like, what are you can't do that. That's yucked up. It's not, I'm not talking to two different people here. There's something going on in her brain. Listen, you remember the first time you and me met? Do you remember that?
I remember a couple things about it.
You remember kind of how I used to be?
Yeah. I remember you used to talk like Twinkles did. You used to refer to yourself in the third person.
Uh-huh.
And
I used to talk different sometimes.
when you didn't have your mask, yeah.
I think I never really talked much about it, but you know how I don't really do that no more? At all?
Yeah.
It's kind of because I learned lots, but I didn't have people to kind of teach me the right way to do things, and you know, whether you did. And then I met Kirk too, and it kind of all stopped because I've kind of figured out like which part of myself I liked more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the way I am now that I like more than the way I used to be because I did a lot of bad things. I mean, I still do bad things, but not like really bad things that I used to. I used to be really bad. You know what I mean? Like, there's still a lot of things you don't know, Tessa. It's, you know, but
Well, I know enough about you to know that some of the things you did were not great, but that doesn't mean it wasn't you, Chatty.
I was me. I know it was me.
And it wasn't a different part of you. It wasn't some other person. It was you.
Do you think...
Just because you change somehow doesn't make you a completely different person.
You think it could be the same thing going on with her, maybe?
It's possible. You know, she might be having kind of a existential crisis right now.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, I think she doesn't really know who she is right now, and she's got to figure that out. Losing your memories will do that to you, you know, and getting sort of reset back to a certain point in your life that can really mess with you. And she's probably trying to cope with it and doesn't really know how else to deal with it other than to try and run away. But I think at the end of the day, it's important that some part of her wants to stay. And I don't know, it's hard for me to say that they're both different people, because just like you, who she was back then isn't a whole different person. It's still her.
God. That makes sense.
It's hard to make sense of it all, really. It's not fair. Not to you, not to her, not to anybody. And
Okay.
I really hope that, she can figure it out and decide really what she wants for herself, because it sounds like she's really not sure right now.
Yeah. It's also like, there's really something going on in her head that is
Mm-hmm.
something there that's making her fight with herself. I don't want to call her crazy, but
No,
it's kind of crazy.
it is a little crazy, especially if she's, wanting to kill a part of herself. That's not. I, I almost hate that she feels like she has to repress one side. That's sad to me.
For me, it was kind of like just accepting it, I guess. Like accepting what I am,
Yeah.
and then, like, you know, but with the way she is, I don't
Mhm.
know how that's possible.
Well, maybe it's not the same as what happened with you. You've made a lot of changes in your life based on learning and conscious decisions and growth as a person. Hers might be a more medical thing. We don't really know, but I think no matter what, it is important to remember that all of it is her.
Yeah.
Even if it seems split up, because I mean, it wasn't cups that started all this.
No. No, that's true. It was just her. God, Tess, I hope things end up okay.
I think they will. I think you're doing the best you can, and you're there for her, and everything you're doing sounds like you're doing to help. And I don't think you're stifling her or anything, but I worry a little bit about the locking in the room thing, but if that's what she wants, if that's helping her, then I suppose it's okay.
Yeah. Like, all she has to do is ask to come out, and then we just open the door, you know? It's just so she can't
Yeah.
run out at nighttime and get on a plane. It's because
Yeah.
then I go to prison.
Wait, what?
That plane wouldn't make it to the next stop.
Oh, jeez, Chatty.
Sorry, I just... yeah. Okay, well, Tessa, thanks. I'm happy you're back. I gotta make a couple of phone calls, but I'd like to see you today if you're gonna be around for a while.
Okay. Well, I have one question.
Yeah.
You still having headaches?
Uh-huh.
You been to the doctor?
Well, I mean, I've talked to the doctor on the phone.
That's not an answer, Chatty.
No. No, I didn't go.
How come?
I don't like it there.
Would it be okay if a doctor came and examined you, maybe somewhere comfortable?
Guess so. I mean, I'll
Just to make
go.
sure you're
I
physically
mean, I'll
okay.
go if you go with me.
I can go with you.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, if you go with me,
Yeah.
I'll go later. Yeah.
Later?
I just don't want to go by myself, and I don't want to go right now because Mr. Ratchet's probably gonna give me more head problems that they'll probably have to look at later.
Okay. Well, you have to promise me that you'll go today. And I promise you I'll go with you.
Okay, deal. I promise.
Because I'm worried about those headaches. Everything else we can not worry about, but
Just when I
the
see
headaches.
things, my head starts hurting. It doesn't hurt all the time. It's just when I start seeing
Okay.
things.
Well, I just want to make sure that gunshot wound is healing okay. 'Cause you got shot, Chatty. We can't just ignore it. And you snuck out of that ICU, and I let you do it, and I shouldn't have. But I did because I care about you. And I still care about you, and that's why I want you to go.
Is it? I think I don't. I just think I'm lucky enough that I woke up. And there's something that I keep dreaming about that makes me think that I cheated death. And I'm scared to go back to the hospital because what if, like, they do something and, you know, things get worse? Maybe there's something I just don't want to know. So I keep feeling like I was supposed to die that day, Tessa.
Well, I'm not going to acknowledge that. And I don't think you should either. But I'll tell you one thing, if you did cheat death, he owes me a favor.
Oh, oh, dude.
What do you mean he owes you there? Who's he?
You let me worry about that.
Okay. I'll call you when I'm gonna head down to the hospital and you'll meet me there?
I will.
Okay.
Anytime. Just let me know, okay?
Okay, thanks, Tessa.